to episode 87 of the Arya Bark Podcast. My name's Caroline and I'm coming to you today from my home in Fife in Scotland. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It's great to have you here. How are we all doing? I hope you're well. I have not been as productive as I had hoped. In the last podcast, there was a few projects I was hoping to have finished. Yeah, that never happened. I'm very, very close to finishing one. The other one, I did not realise that Ryan's arms were so big. And it's involved me having to go looking for more yarn. But we'll talk about that later. Again, it's been a while. I'm just going to stop saying that I'll see you in a couple of weeks because it never ever happens. And just record when the mood takes. I've had a bit of a mood on. I wouldn't say it's a bad mood. I'm just very, very flighty. Nothing is holding my interest. So what am I wearing? This is pattern number 213-8, which is Summer Halo by Drops Design. Love it. It is in shade number 4, which is lilac. Absolutely love this top. You can find me on Ravelry as either Arya Bark or my personal account, which is Sultra. We have our Ravelry group, which is Arya Bark Podcast. We have an Instagram page, which is Arya Bark Designs. We have a Facebook page, which is Arya Bark Designs. We have a Facebook group, which is Arya Bark Podcast. We do have a Discord group. If you are interested in becoming a member of that group, private message me on Instagram and I'll send you the link. We have a Ko-fi page and a Ko-fi shop at Arya Bark Podcast. All those will be linked down below. This week we have coming in, going out, StashSmash and whips. I have now received all of my advents. I've got a few of them out. There's other ones down the bottom. I would like to say a massive, massive thank you to the lovely Sally for organising the Secret Santa Advent. I am very, very excited. No gonna lie, very, very excited. Now I've added these into coming in. However, my Secret Santa one, because I don't know what the yarn is, I don't know what the weight is, you're looking at about, works out at about 480 grams worth of yarn. Obviously, depending on the yarn, is dependent on how many metres it is. So obviously, at the moment, I've not included the Secret Santa one in. That will, however, get added to the totals at the end of December. The lovely Sally very kindly gifted me a Blue Fern yarn advent from last year. It is a 24-day 10-gram minis. That's about, again, 240 grams, about 1,000-ish metres. You will see that coming up because I have already cast that on. Well, I've cast on a project with that. Very excited. And my 2 advents from My Yarny Corner, they've come. So that's a lot. Obviously I got the 24-day advent. I've got 2 of them. So I've got 48 20-gram minis at about 80 gram per mini. Plus I bought 2 of the 100-gram main skeins. So there's another 800 metres. So my total for that is 1,160 grams or 4,640 metres. I have not, well I have, but last month, can't remember, at some point Mandy put an update up and I may or may not have ordered some stuff. And I'm not getting it until next month. I'm just going to get her to ship the lot of what I ordered at the same time. So I won't get that until next month. So technically this month I've not bought anything from Andy. It's no great. But I think we've all decided that I can't stop buying yarn, so I just need to learn how to knit quicker. I'm not overly concerned because these are advents. On the notes of advents, obviously, I've already started the one for Sally. I need to make a decision about what active advents I'm going to be working on. I think my plan will be my Christmas Eve cast on will be the Kushlig, because I need all the sock advents for that one. I do have 2 colours coming from Mandy that I can choose from depending on what the sock set looks like, so I'm no overly concerned because that one does need 5, so let's face it, it's not as if I don't have a lot of my switch yarns to choose from. Because how many projects is that? 2, 4, 5. There's no way I'm going to be able to do 5 advent projects. So that brings me down to 4. 3 might be pushing it. I don't know, I'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'll need to sit and work out which one's going to give me the most yardage, which I think will be the Secret Santa one, because that's a blanket. Yeah, I'll just wait and see. I'm not going to worry about it just now. So yeah. On that note of advents, I'm planning on doing Vlogmas. It will start on the 30th of November rather than the 1st, because my lovely friend Tonya has given me a gift to open on the 30th. I'm very, very excited. That is tucked away. That's the plans for that. I had hoped that I would have finished the Arachne sweater and the Geogradient, but we'll talk about them later. I do, however, have a finished object, and I'm so very happy. This is Hugs 2020 by Rosina Plain. It is a overlay mosaic crochet. How absolutely gorgeous is that? Now, I did get this finished. I did say I wanted to get this done. I do still need to block it. I've not put the envelope border on it because I love the fringe. It's so nice. This took a night to do. Absolutely lovely pattern. I have not written down. I'm pretty sure this is a free pattern on Ravelry. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. I just used scraps out of my stash. I used the red is Stylecraft Special DK in shade 1010, which is Matador, and the white is again Stylecraft Special DK in shade 1001, which is white. These 2 were left over from my Star Flan kit, and I like it. It's really, really nice. This was, obviously I did the swatch for the Sonia's Holiday blanket, and then I seen this. It's nice. I really enjoyed it. It's a really, really easy pattern to follow. Once the craft room gets done, which will be at some point next year, my plan is to pin it up the way it is, because I'm going to get a big notice board and just have it filled with these in different colours. Really, really nice pattern. I will leave it linked down below. I used 19 grams of both the red and the white, which is 56.1 metres. So in total, this project took 38 grams or 112.2 metres. It was a lovely wee project. We'll probably do another one at some point. Stylecraft Specialty K is 100% acrylic. You get 294 metres and 100 grams. Yeah, it was a really nice pattern. I'm looking forward to doing maybe. I'm saying maybe because before recording I did count all my whips and my whips are getting out of hand. Now, bearing in mind I'm casting on another 4, which will bring my whip total up to 35. Kinda need to get that down a bit. But the plan was that at some point next year I'm going to make the Sonia's Holiday blanket. I do have a few Rosina Plains overlay crochet patterns. I'm wanting to get some of them done. If I can get stuff off my needles and stop casting things on. My goal is to craft 25,000 metres from my stash. Previous outgoing was 17,670.1 metres. I have that with the Hugs 2020 being my only finished object this podcast, and it was only 112.2 metres. It brings my total up to 17,782.3 metres. No great. No lie, it's not great. Previous incoming was 71,906 metres, albeit I technically didn't pay for all of them, but my advents have brought in another 5,640 metres. Again, I'm no overly concerned. One of that, obviously the Secret Santa advent will be used in one project. Each advent has their own project lined up to it, and the spare My Yarny Corner advent is going into a blanket, so I'm hopeful that I will use quite a bit of that. Where did I go to? Which brings my total to 77,564 metres. Next year I really need to use up some of my yarn. Which means to targets I am 7,217.7 metres. That's no great because I kinda hoped to have more finished. It is what it is. It's no horrendous, let's be honest. If I pull my finger out and actually knit rather than watching YouTube, and stop watching YouTube while not knitting. Crochet. So far this year I have crocheted 2,011.31 metres. I have knit 15,773.99 metres. I've not spun anything and I've not woven anything. As I said before, I'm taking part in the Ravelry Project Challenge. My challenge is to craft 30 projects in 2023. I am sitting at 28. I only need another 2 finished objects and I'm done. That's at 93%. I am still ever hopeful that the Geogradient will be finished this year. I just need to find a project that I can finish sooner rather than later to get my meterage up. It needs to be quite a big project though, that's the only problem. I'm not overly concerned. Okay, I'm overly concerned. I'm slightly worried that I'm not going to make it again this year. But I have done quite a few projects, so we'll just leave it there. Kind of had an accident. As I was doing the Geogradient, Stephen tells you to use a second needle. Well, all my 3.75mm needles are on Stephen West projects. I had to borrow one, well, borrow 2 to do, was it section 3? To do section 3, I had to borrow another needle. I stupidly took the needles off my Eyelet burst, which was in the middle of a row. Why did I not put the new thing? I was on Zoom and I couldn't be bothered going hunting for my needle stoppers for my Hayas. So I thought I'll leave it there. I'll remember when I come off Zoom to put the needle stoppers on, everything will be fine. At some point I'd been carrying this bag about me, no remembering that this thing didn't have any needle stops on it, it didn't have any needles on it. And when I did go to pull it out, we'd gone to visit Andrew and I was having a knitting, and I pulled it out and all the stitches had dropped, there wasn't any needles, it was just a whole disaster. So I've had to rip it out. It's here in its bag. It is there. Take that out. I'm planning on recasting it on. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to cast it on until after I've finished the Geogradient, because then I can put it back on the actual cord it's supposed to be. The Eyelet burst shawl is, I don't even say what it was. Obviously I can't show you it because it's been ripped out, but I will stick a picture in. The Eyelet burst shawl is by Stephen West. It is €6 or £5.44-ish. It's not €7. So I might need to go through and change all my prices. It's actually €7. Let me change that just now. Which is £6.35-ish. It's a pay for pattern on Ravelry, or you can purchase it from the Westknits website. I will leave details down below. I should be using a 3.75mm needle. It's definitely going to be cast on again. I did find, for the ladies of Zoom, I did find it. It was at the bottom of the bag, underneath Patchy's emergency treats. So all the stitch markers are there, so I'll just be able to cast it back on again. I have stopped myself from casting it on because I do have a lot of projects. Obviously it's still included as an active whip. It's just I need to recast it on and get back to where I was. Thankfully I hadn't quite got to the second colour yet. My next project is Ryan's jumper. This is Ryan's jumper. See, if I like that, I could pretend it was finished. Oh look, Ryan, your jumper's finished. It's no. This is the Arachne by Andi Satterlund, who is Untangled Knots on Instagram. I have finished the yoke. I have finished the world's longest blooming sleeve. 19 inches. 19 inches. Where was I the last time you saw it? Last time you saw it, I was there. I have done a chunk on the body. I have done an entire sleeve. And I'm on the other sleeve island. However, this is all the yarn I have left. Now, I have... Did I add the second one in? Yes, I did. The arms took 1.5 balls to do. So I've already put the half ball in. I've got that to put in. However, this sits about here, just at his rib cage. Obviously, there's quite a bit between his rib cage and his stomach, where he's wanting it to sit, which means I am going to have to order more yarn. The alpaca jumper is out and now I'm sneezing. Yeah, so I've decided to take a break. I hadn't been feeling well, and herein lies the problem. When I work on this, I do sneeze. Now, I already had a cold. I don't know if it is just I'm bored, because there's no detail on this at all, or whether the whole thing just makes me miserable. However, it is there. What I'm going to do is I am going to move this. So I've got my bee on the body, and I'm going to put my wee toasted on the arm. I'm not going to say by the next podcast this will be finished, but I'm quite pleased. I'm quite far ahead. It's going well. Oh, so many balls of wool attached to this jumper. It's not even funny. Oh, and there's bags on the floor. Right, so where are you attached to? Right, this is attached to the body. Actually, I think what I might do is pull this out and actually start working on it. Because that is actually attached to the body. I thought I'd finished that. Got put aside for the Stephen West. I'm not that far away from finishing the Stephen West, so obviously once that's done, I'll work primarily on Ryan's jumper. Yeah, so that is my plan. I am going to finish off the Geogradient, get the I-cord bind off done on that. Then I'm going to start working on Ryan's jumper, see how much more I can get done on that. Hopefully by the next time a podcast, there's going to be at least the arms done. I might just need to stick something up my nose. So, next project is the Geogradient. I have... We are attached, thankfully. Right, wait a minute. I need to find the right way around. I have safety donuts on, so we're fine. Now, I need to move back. Or it will not get in. This is the Geogradient by Stephen West. This is €7 or £6.35-ish. I have finished. I'll come a bit closer. So I have done section 1, section 2. Section 3 has been done. I had started the ditch stitches, and this is where it went a bit wrong. I don't know what happened. Obviously I had the right stitch count 1 minute, and the next minute I didn't, because I dropped stitches everywhere. The lovely Nancy from Kitty Scrapper Podcast and I had a very long conversation, and she very kindly talked me through putting in bubble stitches. Now, I'm not going to lie, absolutely loved it. So, what I've done, obviously these are the main colours. However, when I got to here, I was starting to hear stories that people were running out of yarn when they got to here. So, what I did was I added in colour pops. So, was it this side first? Done this side first. Started off with pink, the yellow, the green, and the orange. And my lovely friend Sally had suggested doing it opposite on this side. So started with the orange, the green, the yellow, and the pink, which brought my total colour number up to 8. So what I've done here is I've done one of the main colours with a colour pop all the way up. Now, I think I might have too many rows here for the bind off, but I don't care, because at this point I'm just making up as I go. So, this only leaves me to do the I-cord bind off. Now, I have been sitting contemplating what colours I'm putting together. It's been in and out like a fiddler's elbow because I put 2 colours there and go, nah, I don't like that. Put all 8 colours in, that was just a nightmare. So I'm going to do a 2 colour bind off, and I'm going to use the black. Was it black or was it blue? No, I'm going to use the black and the fluorescent yellow. It's going to look awesome. And will look like a demented bee at the end, but I don't care. Stunning. So that's my plan for getting it finished. I'm doing a 2 colour I-cord bind off. I'm doing the black and the yellow because I've got plenty of yellow. I should have enough black. I'm not going to go through the colours because, let's be honest, you're going to see it next time anyway. So that's where I'm on this. I need to find what I did with the other 3.75 needle that I had. So I can't find that. So that's that one. I'm nearly done. I'm nearly finished. I'm kind of hoping that'll be done by the end of this week. That should have been all my projects. However, I may have got a little bit Castiglione. I received my advent from Tonya, and that was it. I wanted to cast on all the advent projects. So, what I've done to temper that, I have cast on this. This stuck. What my caught on? Oh, I'm strangling a bat. No, I'm strangling 2 bats. I have cast on. Thanks again. I think me and Nancy need to be banned for spending time together because we just encourage each other to do lots of cast-ons. So, this is the Paint and Waves Cowl by Stephen West. It came very highly recommended from the lovely Nancy. And what I've done is I have used, this is Stylecraft Head Over Heels in the Rudolph colour. I don't think it has a colour number. This is Rudolph, and it is using the advent that Sally very kindly sent. Love it. Blue fern yarn may possibly be on. Just put my bat off. I'm seriously considering next year getting a blue fern yarn advent. The colours are so pretty. Now, I have opened all of the wee bags. This is from last year, so I'm not spoiling anything for anybody. And I've I've caked up all the yarn. I do have another bag sitting here. Once they've went in, they go into this bag. Once in that bag, I think, because Nancy and I had been talking, I might just repeat it and do another lot because it's not really taken that much. 2 seconds to weigh one. Now these are all 10 gram minis. So I'm using a couple of grams at a time. I think the pattern asks you to do it, you repeat it 46 times. So the plan is going to be to do each 24-day advent twice. So I'll do the first 24 days, go back for number 1 and do another 24 days. I have deviated for the pattern slightly. Now, this pattern calls for you to do it on a 3.75. We've established I do not have enough 3.75 needles to do it. Because this is a cowl, what I've done is I've gone down to a 3. I'm really liking that fabric. So, I've gone down to a 3. I've gone down to a 3mm, which means it's going to be slightly narrower, but I'm going to make it slightly longer. Absolutely love it. I really do love it. By the time I block it to open up the eyelets, it's going to be perfect. It is a really, really simple pattern to knit on. There is one row out of the 8-row repeat, and out of the 8 rows, only one row actually has something where you actually have to think. It's a really good project for knitting on Zoom. The only reason I have not started the next row is because I need to concentrate on that row. I'm just going to keep working on this. Again, it's no a project that I really need to be finishing, but it is just a good pick up and put down project. So that is that. Again, I want to say a massive thank you to Sally for her generosity in sending me the Blue Fern Yarn Advent. Love it. And hopefully there will be more progress on this. Do I have a stitch? I'm running out of stitch markers. Right, I found one. I'm going to put a wee Christmas stocking on this. So I have marked my progress with a little stocking. I'm just going to keep working on this, and hopefully by the next time you see it, it'll go slightly bigger. The next project, I am not sure whether in the next podcast it's still going to be going. I will need to speak to Mr. Bark regarding it. I had an idea about making Ryan's dad a pair of mitts. This is the Pioneer Mitts by McClure. I have no information on this pattern at all. Pioneer Gloves by McClure is a free pattern on Ravelry. If there is anywhere else that you can get the pattern, I will link it down below. This is how much I've done so far. However, it's a nice pattern, but I think it might, obviously I do have quite small hands. I think this might be too wee for him. I'll have a quick word with Ryan when he comes back to see if I'm going to carry on with this. What I might do is I might actually make them for Andrew, because obviously this yarn, it is Scapia's Invicta Extra. This was gifted to Andrew. Obviously, Andrew's given up the whole knitting thing right now. So, we were going through it and he was like, look, if you can find a project for it, fine. If not, whatever. I think what I might do, because Andrew's doing a lot of walking right now, I might actually make him a pair of those mitts, because it'll be easier to measure it on him. I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to change who these are for. I'll just do it for Andrew. I might even talk him into knitting them. Just saying. So yeah, I am going to, I'll need to rip this one back. I'll need to rewind the wool. And I'll check with Andrew later on and see if he's wanting them. So, you might see it again, you might not, depending on the answers. So I'm going to stick that back in. Is that everything? Oh no, it's not. No, that's only 2. I did cast on 3 projects. So I need to make a decision about those. My final whip I've lost. So, the lovely Nancy Again, this is why Nancy and I should not spend time together, because we do a lot of enabling. Whilst on Zoom, myself and the lovely Nancy were having a conversation about, I can't even remember, it was that long ago. We had a conversation, I think I mentioned it in the last podcast. We decided that on the 1st of November we were both going to cast on this project. We now have another couple of people who are joining in on Zoom. And this is the Rain or Shine blanket by Stephen West. This is how much I've got done so far. I am doing it as the pattern's written, which is you change here. You do about 4 rows. 8 rows. And then you change colour. I know what Nancy's doing is Nancy's using an entire mini, then changing colour. However, because I've got millions of scraps, I am literally got a great big tote bag full of scraps, and I'm literally just picking one, knitting it, cutting the colour. With the exception of this. I picked up a scrap. As you'll be able to see, there's 2 different colours there. That one I ran out, so I've just added in another one. I'm not going to be precious with it, to be honest. It's a blanket. I have loads. I'm genuinely loving this pattern. This is just a dream to work on. I think I'd got to here, and for there, the only time I need to look at the pattern is if I've no knit on it in a few days. I only have to look at the pattern to find out what you do after the 3 I-cord stitches. There's an increase there, and it's just to see what increases want me to remind me what increases want me to do. Yeah, I'm at this part right now where I start binding off this colour. The Rain or Shine blanket is €7 or £6.37-ish. Is a paid for pattern on Ravelry or on the Westknits website. As I said, I'm just using various minis that I've got. I've got a great big bag. Actually, I've got great big bags of minis for my scrappy projects. So I'm just picking one up, doing it, moving on to the next one. I am also, this pattern calls for you to hold it double. However, what I've decided to do is use a cone of Woolly Knits 4-ply acrylic and dark grey with one of the minis. And I'm just carrying on. This is a really, really easy pattern. I don't think the pattern suggests that you do 39 repeats of this. Now I'm at what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I'm at 21. So it's double that. Yeah, I can assure you I'll not be doing 39. I'm just going to do it until it's massive. Right now, it's about body width. Once you've increased out to how big you want the pattern to be, I think it does say that you can customise the size of your blanket by working for your pattern repeats for a smaller size, or working more of the pattern repeats for a larger size. So obviously once I've got to the size that I'm wanting, I don't think I did say what size I was looking for. No, I just said a blanket or a throw. I'll see when I get there, to be honest. This is Squish Factor 1000. It's so squishy. I think it'll be really, really nice once it's been blocked. Excuse me a minute, because I keep catching... Sorry about that, I kept catching my nail on it. This is going to be exceptionally squishy. I do try to have like a dark colour and then a light colour all the way up. Well, apart from there, because they three all look the same. Alright, they're variegated ones. Yeah, I'm just going to keep working on it. I am using a 4.5mm needle. I think it is a higher. And I'm just going to keep working on it. Again, it will be done when it's done. I'm hoping this is going to be a quicker project because I'm just using scraps. Is there anything else I need to tell you? I think that is it. Did I need to cast on another 3 projects? No, didn't I? Do I care? Not particularly. The plan is going to be, I need to get the Geogradient finished by the end of the week. That shouldn't be a major problem. Next will be to get... I can't do anything with the body because it's the body that's going to have the different yarn on it. So I can't move on to the body until I've got the new yarn. So that I can helical knit that on, which should be easy enough because obviously there's no increases or anything in the body for Ryan. So that's what the plan is for that. Pioneer gloves may or may not be getting done. Yeah, and the paint waves skill, I'm just going to keep working on that because I really do like that. So yeah, as I said, I will start Vlogmas on the 30th of November. It won't be a long day one, because I do have an appointment in the afternoon with Ryan. We've got an appointment at the care home. So you may or may not get views depending on how stressed we are. Well, a lot easier getting to the home now. I'm not going to have to do the Tour de Fife to try and get to the care home because the road, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 roads coming in and out of the town. The main one we use for here to the care home, they closed that road off, which meant you literally had to go all the way round to the care home, or all the way round, whatever. The care home is like 10 minutes away. Going the long way round takes you anywhere between 25 minutes to 40 minutes. It's just a complete utter pain in the backside. To be honest with you, I don't know why they shut the road off, because we drove on it last night and it didn't look any different to what it normally looks. It still looks a mess. So, I am going to try and keep the vlogs short. Andrew may or may not make an appearance. Patch will definitely make an appearance. Arya will definitely make an appearance because they have advents. Mr. Bark probably not until towards the end of Vlogmas, because we are now in a busy period. So yeah, that is my plans. Is there anything else? Oh yes, I would like to say a huge thank you to everyone who has purchased things from the shop. I would like to say a massive thank you to the Arya Bark Podcast members. Feel free to tag, I'll leave the details up there, ABP Beady Creations, to show off your beady creations in the wild. Members draws. The next Arya member draw, I've got it down as the 30th of November. To be honest, I think I might do it on the 1st. Because I need to check on Andrew in the morning. Then need to do the advent, record the vlog, go to that appointment at the home. And at some point I might actually get some knitting in. So I think what I'll do is first thing on Friday morning, I will do the Arya Bark winner, members winner, patch. Your quarterly draw will be on, no patch, but patch members. The quarterly draw will be on the 31st of December. I have decided to do a everybody draw at the same time, so there's extra chances for people to win. There's a member Zoom on the 14th of December. I'll put details up. I will promise to provide you with the right details this time. I will make sure I save the details this time. I've said when I'm doing Vlogmas, shop. Just to clarify, I tend not to do shoppy stuff at the end of the podcast. I'm not wanting it to constantly look like I'm trying to flog you stuff. However, this is very, very important, and I know a lot of the folk who buy for the shop watch the podcast. So, the shop will be closing on the 20th of December. It will not reopen until the 3rd. So, 30th of November, closed. You can purchase up until, I'm going to say 2 p.m. GMT on the Tuesday. The last collection date is, right, this is where it gets confusing. Okay, so let me break this down. For UK people buying from the shop, the last collection date for getting it sent for it to arrive before Christmas is the 20th of December. For America, it's the 15th. So all of these times will be the day before your last postal date. Everywhere else, it's anywhere between the 13th and the 15th. If you are out with either America, Canada, I think was the 13th. If in doubt, contact me. I will let you know exactly when the date is. However, between the 13th and the 15th, for anywhere outside the UK, it will be the day before by 2 p.m. GMT, in order for me to make sure that your parcel is ready to go for the next collection date. On the 20th, the shop will completely close. It will not reopen again until, I've not decided. I've said the 3rd. However, I think I might make it the 5th. When is the 5th? The 5th is a Friday. On the 21, 2. Yeah, what I'm going to do, actually no I won't. The shop will reopen again on the 8th of January, because I'm wanting to take two entire weeks off to let me get ahead. Well, I won't be taking 2 weeks off. The shop will be closed for 2 weeks to let me get a lot of the admin stuff in the background done for next year. Arya tier members, we shall have another video about, actually, is it patch members as well? Right, what I'm going to do for the December behind the scenes stuff, I think I will have a separate video, possibly around about when I break up, telling you what's going to happen next year. I have lots and lots of plans. I just need to finalise what ones I can actually turn into fruition and which ones I'm getting a wee bit ahead of myself on. So that's the plan. Is there anything else? Everybody's fine. Well, kind of. I have an appointment at the care home. That's not going to be fun because I'm going to lose my head. We have some issues that need to be dealt with. Just a reminder, there will be absolutely no Zooms I will be hosting no Zooms till this week. I've got a lot of stuff on. I need to get my stuff together, and so that's the plan. We'll see how this goes. It's not going well so far. I'm going to stop rambling, because like that's about the 15th time that I've tried to end this and I just keep talking mere nonsense. So I hope you have a very crafty, however long I'm away this time. A few weeks? But it won't be. Actually, hope you have a very crafty few days, because I'll see you on Thursday if you watch the vlogs. If not, I hope you have a very crafty, however long. The plan will be to do a podcast episode at some point in between, depending on how much knitting I get done. This is all over the place. I apologise. This is how my brain is. This is how I have nothing done, because nothing is holding my interest. Too many trains are about to crash. That's all I'm going to say. There are too many trains running about my head, and they're all about to crash. So, have a very enjoyable, crafty time, and I will see you again soon. Bye!